Alrighty, next up in the hot seat here on Quantron Week is CELERITAS, their version of Lightspeed from Maketoys. And you can see, again, not a whole lot articulation-wise or feature-wise in vehicle mode. It does have spinning wheels, but a really cool little car. It's a neat little design. It looks vaguely like the Quantron, which is kind of cool if you watch Kamen Rider Drive. The guns do come off. You don't have to leave the guns on. They just peg in right there. You can also peg them in a little further forward, although that looks, if you want to have them up here. Entirely up to you. Come here. There we go. But yeah, just a little speedy red car, much like Lightspeed was on the original toy. And pretty basic. Now, he did come with a replacement piece for in here. You just had to unscrew these 4 screws and pop it in. Very easy to do. I went ahead and did it. I didn't even try it with the original piece. The first thing I did was pull that out and swap that piece in, since clearly it was intended to be a fix. So I don't know exactly what the issue was, but I just figured go ahead and replace it. So yeah, here he is in car mode, and again, like, he rolls pretty well, but aside from that, there's not a whole lot going on in car mode, aside from the fact that he's a pretty cool little car. His transformation is you open up these, split the whole front end off of here, lift this piece right here, untab it and lower it down, and we'll get that out of the way later. We'll rotate these out to the side, then rotate these pieces down around like this. Why are you not rotating? Oh, because it's tabbed in up here. Untab it from here and then rotate it down around like that. And bring it so these fins come out to the side of the hips. We'll go ahead and rotate the waist, and then this can peg into the back. You can leave this down if you want waist rotation, or you can lift this up and tab it into the waist as well here to lock him in this mode. And then these, you flip these up, the foot actually rotates down, flattens out, and then rotates around to the front of the leg like that. And same over here. Rotate this all the way around, this up, bring the foot down. Actually, it helps if you bring it down first and then rotate it there at the joint. Flip it up, and then just turn it around to the front of the leg. There, his legs are done. Let's see if we can't brighten this up a little bit there. And then on top, and this is where it gets a little crazy. You unpeg this from back here, you just kind of take the whole spoiler and rotate it a little bit. And then split the spoiler. Here are the shoulders. Bring this down. Unpeg this red piece from over here. And then the arms come down on a hinge. Rotate them out like that. And then this gray hinge, pull this gray hinge down around first. I found this easier. And then it's going to tab in right there. And then the whole forearm, you can see there's a little tab right here. And then you rotate, there's a slot over here. You rotate this around so that that slot fits in there, and that locks the forearm together. And then this piece was flipped up like that. You just flip that down to reveal his hand, and there he is in robot mode. There's his arm. And do the same thing over here. Unpeg it, bring it down. I said bring this whole hinge around first. Rotate so the elbows forward. You can see the peg that it twists on until that snaps into place, and then flip the fist down. There are his arms. Open up the chest here. This whole piece rotates, and again, you can see there's that T-joint that's going to slide in to lock the leg in place in combined mode. You flip this up, flip his head up and around like that, and then snap this up, and that's all there is to it. There's CELERITAS in robot mode. And he can hold his pistols. And yeah, there you go. There he is with his pistols. Now, there's a neat little feature here that would have been neater if the wheels locked. Because I believe on the original, I think even on the one maybe I even handled at TFCon, the wheels could lock, but the bottom half of the wheel comes off, and you'll use this more for combined mode. But the bottom half of the wheel comes off, and if these could lock in place, like this, I think it'd be okay, because it kind of squares off the wheel for the leg, but because of the weight, it just flops. And it would have been really nice if there was some way to make that wheel stay in that position. Instead, now it just flops, so I usually just leave these on. But these could actually attach to the bottom of the guns as like ammo clips. Right there, that tab right there that it comes off of, tabs right up here onto the bottom of the gun. So you can snap that on. You can have the gun with like a little wheel ammo clip. And you'll use that, that's where they'll store in combine mode, because the wheels actually in combine mode will tab together into each other in leg mode. And it would have been, like I said, if you could have locked these like this, so it kind of squared off the wheel for the leg, I think that would have been really nice. But with it, when it just hangs down like that, it doesn't look as appealing to have like just half a wheel sticking out the side of his leg. So I don't usually use those anymore in robot mode. Just leave the wheels intact. Get a little higher up here on him. But he's got the ball joint head. He's got the same, again, car crash shoulders that we're seeing with the ball joint and then the hinge right above it. He doesn't have a upper arm swivel because of the way it tabs in, but he does have a ball joint elbow, and then the wrist has a little bit of. You can kind of get a rotation out of it, but because of the way the tabs all block it, it's hard to do. But there is some movement in the wrist as well. Again, the waist swivel right now is locked, but you can pull this down, lower it down to here. It doesn't peg in or anything, but you can lower it down a little bit and give him and free up his waist swivel if you want. And then he's got ball joint hips, thigh swivels, hinge knees, and then of course the ball joint on the foot. So again, you can get some. He's pretty stable in a lot of different poses because of that ankle hinge. See if we can get a shot of his head here. That's not. There you go. I can kind of see it there. So yeah, like I said, he's not quite as basic transformation wise as Blindfire, but he's probably the second simplest transformation here of the figures. So there you go. There's day 2 of Quantron Week. We'll be back tomorrow with Overheat.